Huh? Jump scare. Sorry, that was cringe. Hey everybody. Hello everyone. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. Hey Wee Thing, glad you're here. Hey Obi-Wan, Belmont. Before the stream, Firebolt Thunder said the new 8BitDo GameCube wireless is such a good invention for GameCube fans. Have wanted the original GameCube controller to be wireless for years. Yes. Whether it's good or bad, I want it. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm excited. Hey, D, F, and G. How you doing? I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited for now, but just to see you guys and hang out. But tomorrow, hey, Wee Thing. Tomorrow is gonna be sweet. I hope. I can't. It's not a secret, but I don't want to say it or talk about it yet until I've got it. So yeah. So just stay tuned for next stream. No worries, man. You don't have to join every stream. That's ridiculous to join. You know, had some stuff going on. Well, hopefully it wasn't too bad. I've been doing a lot of. I guess I want to plug in the beginning here. You know, I don't really love plugging things, but I've been trying to come up with some behind the scenes content of this, the creation of my basement studio. It's not really going to be like a replacement for this room. I mean, I'm not going to stream from here. Hopefully, when it's all set, it's gonna take a while for that to happen. But I have so much stuff that I just can't. Like this room will have to be like the storage room still. Like most of my gear will be here. The basement's really going to be like a place that I hope to keep clean, and that will look kind of okay. Like I'll try to like make it look like a cool background for videos. So that's my hope. What tomorrow? It's a thing. You'll see. I'll post about it, and you know you'll hear about it. The new microscope should be arriving today. Ooh, what'd you get? What kind of microscope? What kind of person joins every stream? Yes, it's okay. We don't have to bring it up, Belmont. No, I really appreciate you guys. I mean, let's just put it this way: for as often as you guys join every stream, I'm here streaming. So, dedication. All right. I hope to keep it well. The thing is, you know, I don't know. I'm a little bit of hoarder. Not a hoarder, but like, there's so many things that I don't know about, and I wanna like experience. So that's why I have a lot of like retro computer things, and like I do so many mods and things. It's endless, basically. More wood paneling. It's an Eakins clone. Yeah, well, see, the wood paneling, if you watch the video in the channel memberships or Patreon, if you care, you'll know that it's not the best paneling. It's kind of like, it's like particle board, let's say. So it's not really great. And you know, long-term plan, if this works out, and you know, I like being down there, you know, eventually it's going to be, I'm not sure if I'm going to put sheetrock, but it will be newified, because yeah, I feel like probably 20 to 30 years of dust being trapped in those particle board panels and water and stuff. It's not good to breathe, for my own sake. So, but if you watch the Nintendo, what is it called? Alarmo, the alarm clock thing. There's a guy in the alarm clock video, the Alarmo video, that his bedroom is basically like there's some like beadboard behind. Like I'm getting some good like inspiration from that video. So US basements are so huge. Yeah, I guess some places, actually not everywhere in the United States has basements. In Texas, actually, it's not, as far as I know, most people don't have basements, because something to do with land rights, like the state owns it or something. So you don't actually own your basement or the land below your foundation or something like that. So appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you, Belmont. Keep that damn I'm keeping it for now. The problem with it is I need to make some modifications to it to add more outlets. So I'm gonna do the best that I can to kind of repair it, and yeah, take inspiration. Yeah, I do a drop ceiling. So actually, there was originally a drop ceiling in my basement, but I took it out because it was so disgusting. Like, that's the problem with, well, my house. I mentioned in that video that I don't know exactly when my house, like this part of my basement, was finished, but it must have been at least, the 80s. I don't think it was 70s, because if it was the 70s, then they probably would have used higher quality materials. But it also had a drop ceiling, and the panels were absolutely disgusting. Like, that's the problem, is they just keep all this dust in. And so, 30 years later, they just had this gross, it wasn't good. I didn't feel comfortable with it. So that was like one of the first things we ever did when we moved in, was got rid of the ceiling. So from a European perspective, everything in the US is huge. Yeah. Some houses are bigger than others too, but yeah. Overpriced alarm clock that still requires, does it really require a Nintendo Switch Online subscription? Oh my God. Okay. All right, we're gonna migrate to talking about what we're gonna talk about tonight. So there's a lot of things we can talk about. Let's get the overhead cam going. Oh, of course. It doesn't work. Of course. Apparently there's some kind of a thing that I'm supposed to be able to do to get the cam link to work better every time. So I'll have to look into that. Some setting that you can set that should make it work better. So I need to do that. Apparently. I'm just making it lighter in here. Okay. Okay. Hello. So make sure to add another breaker in the fuse box for those extra outlets. Yeah, definitely, Sith Warrior. So actually, that's the only electrical thing that I really have never done before. And I actually had a chat with my dad, who he's finished part of his basement, and he did the electrical in his basement. And he was just like, yeah, you can just do the panel, or add a new breaker. I'm actually probably going to add more than one breaker, because the way that my basement is there's actually like this small section where I'm going to be setting up my set is like one part. Then there's actually on the opposite end of that little room is another section. But then it's like, I could probably break it up into like 3 separate new breakers. So at least for now, I'm going to be putting one new 20 amp arc fault, ground fault combo breaker, and running it over to this spot for the first set of outlets. And I'm going to probably put in, well, I think ideally I would want every other outlet to be on a different breaker, but we'll see how that goes. I might just do one 20 amp just to get started, and then I'll probably add I'll put like maybe 6 outlets on that one thing, and then eventually I'll add more outlets on another breaker. So anyways, it'll be a bunch of 20 amp outlets, I hope so, which should be more than enough. I mean, right now this room is in a 15 amp breaker, and it's already powering everything that I have. So yeah. So yeah, I've been doing some research. Thanks for becoming a member, Bartleby. So yeah, Sith Warrior. I did a bunch of research about gonna turn off the main breaker, and I feel kind of comfortable doing it. So it's I only say kind of because I've never worked inside of a panel, so I'm a little bit I'm not sure how it's gonna be when I open it up. So wood grain vinyl wrap on a controller, nice. My room in Central Europe has a chimney that goes through it. It's always cold in the summer. Yeah, interesting. So you probably need to insulate maybe around the edge or something. Yeah, thanks Bartleby for being a member. I'd love to see the adapter in other colors. Yes, I would like to see the purple adapter in different black, spice. Yeah, at least all the main GameCube colors. It's not hard. Yeah, I from the videos that I've watched, it doesn't look hard. And actually, arc fault is a little bit tricky. Not tricky, but it's different than not arc fault, because you have to put the neutral, instead of putting the neutral into the neutral bar, you put the neutral into the arc fault, and then you put the arc fault. It has a little neutral pigtail that goes into the neutral bar. I think that's it. Through a breaker only, it will kick unless you have a 60 amp. Yeah, put a nail in it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not, you know, do as I say or don't do what I do. Yeah, I'm just doing it because, yeah, I'm comfortable. Do I have a 60 amp? I have a 100 amp service. It's not anything crazy, but I have a 100 amp service, which is fine. You know, it's been fine for everything so far. All right, enough of that. But yeah, if you have questions or if you have suggestions, you know, maybe eventually I might make those videos public, but for now, you know, I want to incentivize people. It's only $3 a month for the either Patreon or membership, so it definitely supports me and you know, building this out. I have been spending some money on that, so but expect more, especially on the electrical. I'm actually looking to get some supplies tomorrow, so I'll be getting some supplies for that stuff. You can buy code, put 16 outlets on a 120 amp. Damn, that's crazy. Well, yeah, it's probably overkill. 16 amp, that's a lot. So, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll see. Just for now, I want to do, you know, if I don't do something, then I won't do anything. So I just have to do something. So, all right. So, what are we doing tonight? We have a lot of little work to do. A lot of work to do, I suppose, but like it's a lot of little things. So, the goal is going to be to lag test the 8BitDo. You guys can see it through this nice clear shell here. The 8BitDo GameCube wireless GameCube kit, controller kit. We're gonna do some latency testing. Now, there's really kind of two variables to that, right? The first variable, or I guess the variable two, we're gonna be doing it twice. I guess is what I'm trying to say, because first we're gonna do latency testing with the 8BitDo adapter, right? So this is the GameCube Bluetooth adapter that 8BitDo makes. Then we're also going to be trying. Well, we'll have to upgrade the firmware because DarthCloud has actually created a new firmware for BlueRetro that supports the switch mode, I think. So it supports as far as I know, it supports everything that the switch mode does, or maybe it's the Android mode. I'm not sure what mode we have to go in, what we have to use. But it should support all the features on BlueRetro to match the other adapter, I think, as far as I know. So we'll have to give that a go. But also, you know, test the latency of this, because these could be different. They're not really based off the same project. I don't think, anyways. I don't think 8BitDo, they wouldn't really take BlueRetro without calling it that, right? They probably would have called if they were going to do anything. Android mode, okay. Call it a dongle. Yeah, anyway, so in order to do that, in order to lag test, we're going to use the Mr. Lag Tester. And in order to do that, I need to first make sure, I guess I should have done this ahead of time. So literally this could be the cringiest stream ever if this doesn't work. I have this Mayflash this GameCube controller adapter, right? So these are GameCube controller ports, and on the other end is just USB. I don't know if this is going to work at all, but we're going to try to hook this up. So let's try now, actually, to see if we can connect this to the Mister and get it to work just anywhere, right? So let's connect this. It comes with two plugs. I'm assuming maybe one is power and maybe one is data. I'm just gonna plug them both into the Mister. YOLO. Let's turn the Mister on. Then I need to grab up my a GameCube controller that's not ripped apart. How about my Smash Ultimate one? Sure, with its infinitely long cable. Oh, you know what? How about my Hori controller? I've never used it yet. It's kind of junk. The GameCube one is kind of sus, but why not? So if you remember, I got this at Retro World this year. Let's try it. So right now we're just gonna see if I should have done this when I first got it, but we're gonna see if this works at all in Mister, because that's like the prerequisite. Thanks, Wedgeroth. Okay, so let's switch over to the Morph. So Morph's got my Mister going in it. So let's get that screen away. All right, now, let's see, what do I need to do? I need my keyboard. Does it work already? Let's see. Oh, all right, so it already works. Neat. Okay, so I guess we don't need to go further than that, but I suppose we can just test it in a game, right? Let's see. Yeah. Is A dot, oh, the buttons are all out of whack. All right, let's see. NES. Hey, Razor Edge. Wow, I butchered your name. Looking forward to see how this compares to WaveBird. Yeah, so that's another thing that we could do eventually. Probably not tonight, but I could also lag test the WaveBird for sure, because it should work exactly the same pretty much. Okay, so let's do button key remap or defined NES buttons. Button key remap? Sure. Uh-oh, is that not what I wanted to do? That might not have been what I wanted to do. Okay. Let's see. Let me get my keyboard. Turn the keyboard on. How do you get the menu to show up? Maybe I did it wrong. Reset. Forget it. Okay. So let's go back to... So right now I have to press X. X seems to still work. That corroded and fused to the bulb holder. Jesus. That's crazy. Yeah, I believe it though. You know what's funny? Okay, so let's try this other one. This define NES buttons. Okay, let's try that. All right, so I'm gonna hold right, left, down, up, A, B. Oh, we have no select. How about X is select? Start is start. Famicom Disk System. How do I skip? User menu. Okay, let's hold the user mic, zapper, PP mat. Oh, there's a lot of PP mats. I don't need save states right now. No, I don't want to set up alternate buttons. Okay, so let's go. What the heck? How do I? Oh God, what do I do now? Can I hold the menu? Menu. Is it OSD? There we go. Load game. Here we go. All right. What is going on? I missed your. Okay. There's also some like flashing. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, so it looks like the buttons didn't save. Am I supposed to save? Ugh, I don't know. All right, whatever. Let's just play Mario. I just want to see if this works. We don't really need to map any buttons right now. Just need to see if the buttons work. Okay, that seems to be working. Why is sound not working? We can get rid of the game audio here. Oh, now it is. Oh God, it sounds so slow. Do you guys hear that? What is going on with the audio? You guys hear this super weird audio? Huh. I don't know what that's about. Well, no time to explain. I guess we'll just restart it. Okay. Yeah, that's right. The core. Yeah. Okay. The Mr. menu, I guess, is mapped differently than the core. Skill issue. Yeah, it's definitely a skill issue. Okay, we're fine for now. Let's. I don't know what is happening. All right, how do we get out of here? Core. Okay, so I need to go here. Can we leave this? Okay, so I need to run that script, right? What I want to do first is, maybe it's the PAL version, maybe it's possible. What I want to do first is we need to do something, I suppose. Well, okay, so we can ignore the Mister for right now. Let's go to the overhead. All right. Oh God, it's still playing in the back. Oh no, it's not. Okay, good. Okay, so we know that the May Flash works. That's fine. Now, but in order to get a good comparison, right, of what's the normal expected latency of a wired controller, all right? So to have any comparison at all for these wireless controllers, we want to compare it to a wired one. So don't be alarmed. This is sort of an old controller that I've had. We need to basically here's the lag tester, the Mr. Lag Tester Arduino, right? So we did this in a stream a while ago. We made this thing and we flashed it and yeah, and everything. So this is good to go for future testing. What we need to do is we need to solder these two wires, right? So this red and the white wire across one of the buttons on here. Now, I guess I'm probably, I probably could use just this button, huh? I don't need to shave any of this, right? I could just use this. What gets shorted when this button gets pressed? Should I see which pads I need to solder to? Let's see. Do. Oh, let's turn the audio back on. Okay. Okay, so let's just test. How the heck am I gonna be? Okay, so I'm gonna try to hold. Okay, first turn it on. That's a good thing. All right, put it in continuity mode. Okay. Now what I want to do is like find, I think it's going to be maybe these two, this and that. And then just see what happens when I press the button down. So I'm doing it across the two like inside traces. This is kind of hard to do. Okay, so I'm pretty sure those two traces, those two vias, those legs in the middle, they get bridged together when you press the button in. So that's good. That means that I can just solder the wires to those two. The two big pins have been grounded. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if, does it short to ground or does it short those pins together? Or is one of those ground anyways, so. All right, so that's good. That means all I have to do is, let's get some solder. And let's see, do I need to turn up my, okay, I think we're right. Let's add some fresh solder to those inside pins there, just to make this wire solder a little bit better onto it. I'm gonna guess that that right wire probably is ground because it's on this huge ground plane. So, all right, so now it also doesn't matter which goes where. It's just shorting across them. So let's add a little bit of flux. It is annoying snack pack, but this is how you accurately test the latency, or at least somewhat accurately. Okay, so that's one. That's two. Okay, so remember we're starting with a wired controller, right? So I guess I'll zoom out for a second. What's happening is Mister's over here. Okay, my Mister's over yonder. We have the May Flash adapter plugged in down here. You know what? It also, I think I remember having a, I don't know, maybe we'll figure out if there's something wrong with the Mister or what. The May Flash adapter is connected to the controller ports down here. And the user port is this, it's just basically a USB breakout. And you'll have to rewatch the video where we created this Mr. Lag Tester setup thing. these wires are soldered in the correct whatever data points, and then they're soldered to the right pins on this Arduino. Then the 2 more wires, so there's 2 wires coming from the Mister into this Arduino. Then 2 more wires are coming out of it into the GameCube controller. Then basically the GameCube controller itself is going to go, actually I have to plug it in to the Mayflash. It's going to go into the Mayflash adapter, and this is going to cause there's a script that we're going to run in a second. I have to remember how to do all this because I pretty much completely forgot. We have to We have to SSH into it or something, or serial connection into it, the Arduino, to get the. Oh, so that means I need a USB, don't I? I need a USB port, or a USB cable, I mean. So let me find one of those. Is this one? Okay, great, I found it. So we need to run putty, and it's gonna run a script, which is basically just gonna fire off a bunch of button presses, like it's very quick. And then it calculates the round trip of that signal back to the Arduino. So, okay, we can check that in a second. I just need to remember how the whole thing works. Hey, Artemis. I think the 8BitDo receiver can connect directly via USB to a PC or Mister, potentially reducing. We might be able to test that. I don't know actually if we're gonna be able to test that. Probably not, because it's outside of the Arduino thing. Okay, so I need to remember how to do this. I think I can just go ahead though and plug in the Arduino. So this is connected into the Stream PC. Although I might need to unplug it if I don't remember how it works. I think maybe I should have waited till the last second. I don't know. All right, now let's go find the guide for this Mr. Latency Tester guide thing. All right, what do we do? Window capture. All right, let's get this going here. Make sure the Mayflash is pulling at 1000 hertz on the GameCube port. How do you do that? It's set to PC. So I'm hoping that's correct. Is there a way to? It's not connected to the PC at all, so I don't know how you would test that. But we'll see if there's any glaring issues. I mean, my prediction is it should be around 5 milliseconds latency. So, all right, what do we need to do? I need to find that guide. This thing is auto. Okay, fine. Auto switch to the Mister, which I don't want. Okay, boom. All right, so what is this, Mister? Actually, you know what? I found that video by WaveBird, whatever. He had a good video. Mr. Latency Tester Instructions. Controller latency. I don't know if there's a written guide. Oh, well, my thing is there. Is there any kind of written? Oh, okay, this might actually help us. This is actually a written article that WaveBird made based off of his, so we could probably follow this for now. Okay, so we already built the unit. This is kind of what I was talking about. He had to cut some traces to, or not cut them, but like expose the traces to solder the wires to him. But I think what we did is fine. That's what I was talking about with the USB. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this. I have to turn fast pulling on the Mister. Maybe that's what you're talking about, Soul Umbreon? Yeah, but I'm not sure how to change that setting other than doing this fast USB pulling. So we'll have to do that. So let's get the Mister. Go back to the Mister. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to the main menu. Okay, neat. Let's get my keyboard. I gotta go to the scripts folder, which is out of here. Yeah. Let's go to the scripts folder, and then I need to run what? Fast USB polling on. So we turn this on. Boom. This will turn. Oh, this will force. What does it say? I can't really see it. 1080 polling on all gamepads and joysticks? Sure. Okay. All right, nice. So we did this part. So this is fine. So this just chills here. I don't think we really need this anymore right now. Let's go back to window capture. And I believe we have to run putty now. Putty. Putty, putty. Putty, putty. All right. So we've got to find... Oh, man. Oh, no. We don't need to do... tell them that. We have to do... Oh, here we go. I guess I already have it. Mr. Lag Tester with logging. What are the chances that this just works? None. No shot. Well, it's possible that it's on the wrong... What could possibly be wrong? The Z button is not mapped. All right, let's go back into putty. Go back into putty. Let's see. What are the settings for putty? Serial. Are there any... Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can find what... Let's find what port this is on. So if we go to Device Manager, we should hopefully be able to see this Arduino and find what port it's in. Okay, it's COM5. All right. So let's turn this to COM5. And then the baud rate needs to be 115, 200, 115, 200. And then we need to turn on, we have to turn on logging. How do we do that? Can't remember how we did that. Let's see, serial. Telnet, logging, here it is. Session logging, log file, sure. All session output, printable output, sure, printable output. And then it goes to this log file, which I guess is in this. It's already in on the desktop, so that's good. Always overwrite it. Sure. Okay, fine. All right, so let's save over this. Now let's try it. Nope. Huh. Okay, well, what happens if I press the button? Nothing happens when I press the button. Huh, all right, what happened? The mister's still going. The controller is plugged in. I don't know. Maybe it's not going to work with this maybe it's not going to work with this button. I hate to just arbitrarily solder wires, run the script. I ran the script, so that it's running. All the Mr. core has to do. So we ran the fast polling script, and then all we have to do on the Mr. here is just have it running this core. It doesn't need to have anything. It's nothing else to do here. Then here in putty, we're supposed to be connecting to that thingy. Let's try it again. Putty one more time. Okay, let's try it. Open. Nope. It was better before. What happened before? Let's see. Putty. It's possible then that this. So I had. Oh, I overrode it, didn't I? Did it map the button? Maybe that's what I didn't do. All right, so let's see. let me go back. So I can just, all I should be able to do, right, is unplug this, plug in the good wired controller, or a good wired controller. It's like my other one. And then I have to map the button. Maybe that's the problem, is it's not doing anything. So I can map it to just anything, right, pretty much. So let's go back to the core. Let's go, oops, OSD. All right, map a defined button. Sure. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Define NES button. Sure. I just make everything Z. Whatever, as long as it's one thing, right? So I press Z. Now I'm just gonna power through it by hitting the user button. Oh yeah, I can just hit enter, right, and finish that way. It should unmap everything. All right, so now let's try it again, right? So let me unplug this. Let's plug in the wire controller again. And now let's connect. Let's connect to PuTTY again. Maybe that was the missing link. Nope, still not working. Huh. Well. Should I just try one of the other buttons? This is off to a great start. Oh, wait. Oh, shit, it was working. Wait a minute. PuTTY was yelling at me. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I think it was just asking me if I wanted to override that. Hold on a minute. Okay, so wait. Let's go back here. What happened? Wait, something happened. What the hell is happening? It did something, didn't it? That was really strange. Get the right COM. Yeah, it's COM 5. We can try it again, though. Let's see. PuTTY. No, that's bizarre, man. What happens if I short those wires myself? Anything? No, nothing. Welp. Well played. It was just working. That's so strange. All right, you know what? I guess a last-ditch effort. I'm gonna try a different button. Let's try like one of the face buttons. Or actually, you know what? Maybe because we hit enter. Let me try one more thing. Go back to define buttons here. Maybe it didn't like us hot swapping it either. I don't know. Okay. Let's try it one more time. Press enter on the keyboard. Okay, maybe it's because I was in the menu. All right, let's try this. PuTTY. All right, let's make sure that the right controller is plugged in. The correct controller, I suppose I should say. And let's go into PuTTY. The problem is the controller's not together, so I can't. Well, I guess I could try to short the pads together. Maybe that's what you mean. I could try to short the pad together. Okay, so let's go back to PuTTY. Let's go. Let's just type it in. Oh, you guys aren't seeing it. COM 5 115 200. serial. Maybe that's what the problem was. No, maybe not. 115 200. Okay. Open. Hey! Ah! 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 Oh my god, it's working. Wow, look at that. Hey! I guess, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the hell is happening. Okay, so I'm going to let this rip for like 2,000. I'm going to let it go to like 2,000. And then we'll have to see if our... oh, you know what? This is not logging. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, now that it's working... F. I know it's working now, but I need to turn logging on. Shit. All right, so how do I enable logging? Okay, printable output. I think that's all you have to do. And then we select our log file in here. Okay, fine. And then what? COM5. So it was just working. I hope it works again. Oh, shoot. Session? Why does this look different now? Connection type? What is happening? What? Is Putty all wonky? Come on, computer. What is happening? This better work again. Okay. What? Why is it doing that? You guys see this? It just nukes this connection type thing. What the hell is happening? I can change it now. Change the serial. COM5. Baud rate 115 200. Now I have to go to the logging screen and enable it, but it was like all right, printable output. Select our log file here. All right, hit open. Okay, it's asking me to overwrite the. It's on the other screen, so you guys can't see it. So it's asking me to overwrite the log file. Yes. Okay, so it's ripping. It started already at like 1,000. So I'm just gonna let it go until it says like 3,000 because I want about 2,000 or so samples. And as you can see here, though, it's a really steady. So the number on the left is the number of the sample, right? So it's going to keep increasing, right? So it's 17, 1800, whatever now. The right number is, I know you guys can't really see it, but the right number is number of milliseconds latency, okay? So this is a wire controller. So we're going to go to probably like 3,000 or so, and then we can shut this off. Maybe 3,500 just to be safe. I want about 2,000 here. Have you tried turning it off? Yeah, I don't know. Just do the same shit over and over again. Madness in IT works sometimes. You just do the same thing again, and it works. So we have pretty much a dead on 5 millisecond to the needful. Yeah. Let's go to about 3,500, then we can stop this, and then we'll import this into a spreadsheet, and we'll do some quick stats on it, quick maths on it. All right, we're encroaching 3,500. All right, we're good. Close that. All right, let's look at our log file. It's on my desktop. Desktop, putty log file, putty. Okay, so let me just verify that it looks like it says today, right? It's a 10/9, right? So that's today. It's not this is not old data. And then what is this in military time is what? 9:42. Okay, good. So we went from 9:56. Okay, good. So now what we need to do is we need to import this. When you click putty, click load on the mister. When logging it will show you, but it doesn't run it. I don't know. All right, so we need these. We need to, let's get a, oops, I didn't mean to click that. Let's get a new, I'm gonna open it on this other screen here. Open a new Google Sheet. Let's see, lag tests. This is, let's make a new folder. Call this GameCube. And then this is going to be a new sheet, and we're going to call it, okay. Got a new sheet. Oh God, it's blown up. Okay. No, I don't. Just make this normal. Okay. We'll call it OEM controller. Just call it OEM, whatever. Oh, shoot. All right, I'll have to just control all in the, all right, let me load my log file again. I meant to load this as a CSV, but that didn't happen. So let's just import it this way. Copy, good old copy paste. Oh. Okay, never mind. Okay, so what I have to do, I gotta change the log file name to, I'm gonna copy it. You guys can't see this, but I'm copying the log file, pasting it again in a folder on my desktop. Then I'm gonna change its name to, because it's just a text file. So this is OEM GameCube.csv. Got it. So now this is gonna get copied into my Google Docs, and that should make it open in a okay, so that will make it open in a sheet. Open with Google Sheets. Hopefully this doesn't blow up. Hey, it worked. Okay, good. All right, so now what you're seeing, you guys should be seeing the imported data. So we don't need column D and we don't need column C, although where are all the other columns? The heck? Okay, I don't know where all the other columns went to and why we only have 4, but I guess I'm gonna need some other columns because we're gonna have to do a formula. Okay, so let's delete. So now here's all our things. So we could do something like what? Count. And then if we do what? Equals, count, and then all the values, all the rows. So we have about, wait, what does it go to? 200487, sure. So we have about 2,000 samples. So we have that's a good amount. So now let's get the average in milliseconds. Right, so our average in milliseconds, I guess I gotta make this a little bit bigger, huh? So you guys can see it. Okay, so we have our count, 2,000 samples. We need to do what? How do you do average? Average? Mean? How do you do average in stupid Google Sheets? Average in Google Sheets. Okay, just called average. Oh my god, really? Average? And then we want B1 to, how do you go to? Is it it's colon? Yeah, let's just copy this here. Okay. All right, so average latency is 4.8. We can round it to. We don't need that. Don't need that many decimal points. All right, 4.86 milliseconds average latency. But another interesting stat that actually helps us understand average a little bit more is standard deviation. So I'm gonna call it stdev, whatever. So standard deviation, if you take, it's been a long ass time since I've taken any sort of statistics or any class like that. But from the last time I was doing this testing with the Retro Fighters Hunter Xbox controller, standard deviation tells us what the range of samples is around the average, right? So basically, is it do we have a wide variety of latency, or is it really close to the average, right? So to calculate that, I think there's just stdev is the name of the function, and then we could copy the same number of cells. So, and I'm probably gonna explain this terribly, but I think it's something like, if you have any sort of any set of data, right, and that you've averaged together, something like 99% of the samples fall within 3 standard deviations plus or minus, right? So if we take this standard deviation of, it's really small, right? It's oops, let me get rid of some of these decimal points. 0.58. So what's 0.58? Let's get the yield calculator, right? So 0.58 times 3. Oh, wow. I didn't put the 0.58. Why it won't let me do a decimal? Oh, is this the programming calculator? That's why. What the hell? 0.58 times 3 equals. So the maximum, or like 99% of the samples fall within plus or minus 1.74 milliseconds of the average, meaning the let's call it the largest, the slowest, sample is like 6.5 milliseconds or something, and the fastest was like 4 or 3 something. Okay, so that's pretty good. And keep in mind that if we have 60 FPS, how do we calculate how many milliseconds are in a frame? So 1,000 milliseconds divided by 60 equals 16. Okay, so there's in a single frame of any game at 60 FPS is 16.66 milliseconds. So that means that the wired GameCube controller through this setup, through the Mayflash, through the Mister, is only less than a third of that one single frame. Okay, so that's kind of how we're going to be comparing the OEM controller now with any of the wireless setups that we're going to be doing going forward. So we've got our baseline. Now we're going to do some comparisons, which means I need to break open this guy. And I think we set us up for a good scenario because I probably don't need to scrape any solder mask off of this. I probably can solder straight to the Z button once we take it apart. Let me read the comments here. 5 or so milliseconds. Yeah, right. So wired latency is going to be excellent. And this is why, people are going to always prefer wired controllers for competitive play, because you will not get better than that with a wireless solution. So, all right, so we'll just keep this in mind, and let's go over to, I can get rid of our wired controller. Actually, let me desolder our cords. You don't really need to see me do this, but I'll desolder those 2 cables, the white and the red, and then we can put away this controller now, this wired controller for now. Okay, so let's put this away. We don't need this anymore. Goodbye. For now, I don't know if I'm going to need it later, but and now I've got to take apart the Bluetooth or the 8BitDo adapter again. So let's get and also I guess we can start with we'll start with the 8BitDo adapter because I think it's already set up to work. I won't have to do any button mapping or anything because I think it's set up to mimic the stock controller. So I don't know. Well, we'll have to do let's at least do this because I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get through upgrading the BlueRetro adapter too, and like getting all that down there. So yeah, or all that, hopefully I'm just rambling. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. So let's take this apart. Let's get some freaking agua in here because it's hot. Actually, it looks like the GameCube controller is marginally faster. The wired GameCube controller is faster than the wired Xbox controller by like a millisecond, or like half a millisecond. Oops, what the heck? Wired really only has the advantage because of high polling rates. Wireless controllers can have high pull rates. Right, so there is more to the story, right? Obviously, it does depend on polling rate, which polling rate is, from my understanding, how quickly the computer or whatever you're plugged into can actually do something with the input, right? So that's equally important because my prediction is we're going to have about 20 milliseconds of latency with the 8BitDo adapter. So 20 milliseconds is greater than 1 frame of latency, but that means that the polling rate of whatever device we're hooked up to has to also be at 1,000 for that to matter, right? So if your polling rate is only like 500 or something, then you can have as much as like 30 milliseconds of latency or something like that, 32, and you'd still be within. But the problem is that's also variable, right? So if you have if your polling rate is lowish, but your latency is variable, you might be in or out of that frame at any time. So it's not as, so the standard deviation is the number that's really going to help us determine if it's a stable latency or if it's a variable latency. I hope that didn't make any, that was not garbage, but a garbage explanation. So there's a lot more variables than just what I'm talking about. But you know, at least we can determine compared to the wired controller whether or not it's fine. I want this thing come out. Coming out. Well, I can't remember which direction we've got to take this off. Let's see. This way? No, I think it's this way. Okay, work things out. I think we got to do this. Ah! There we go. Okay. Right. Right. So, yeah, okay. I think what I said made sense. Yeah. Okay, well the button is different here. It does not, it's a surface mount button, so that means I've got to take our button, our whole thing out of here, which I didn't want to have to do, but it's okay. Oh gosh, okay, dropping everything. Okay, so let's take this off. Won't need that right now. Let's put that there. Okay, yeah, so I believe all we've got to do is just solder to the surface mount pads there, and we're good. So I shouldn't have to cut this PCB or anything, or scrape the solder, or whatever. I'm unsure. I probably will be fine, but I don't think I need to disconnect the battery. Famous last words. I do need to turn the button on, or the controller on, so... Yeah, Firebolt Thunder. I agree with you. This is sweet, but I guess we're determining how sweet. Oh no, my wire fell off. Gosh. All right, so I'll have to look it up where these wires go. So let's get some solder, and this is going to be hard to see on the camera, and I'm really not trying to. Okay, trying to avoid the battery. I'm just gonna get some fresh solder on those two legs. Okay, one. I'm also not trying to short this battery out. Okay. All right, so I think we've got enough solder on there. Enough at least to get these wires on there, but I lost one of my wires. Okay, so let's at least get the white wire on one of these. Let's get some, I hate doing this, but because I don't want to gunk up this PCB. Oh, gosh. Huh. It's gonna be hard to do, Okay, fine. I think it's on one. It's on that one. I don't love this. Let me get some more solder on it. I'll show you guys when I'm finished. It's just kind of difficult to do because it's slanted. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that's that. Then my red one came off the Arduino, but that should be all right. I'll fix that in a second. Let's get it soldered onto this. Let me get some more solder on that one too. Okay. Probably should have updated the... I'll show you in a second, Firebolt. Okay. Now, before I tell you, I'm just gonna, I need to repair this, the thing on the Arduino. Oops. So this is how we're doing latency testing. We're using this Arduino and this special software and the Mister to kind of do a test of the latency of the wireless adapter. Huh. Well, I don't know where those wires are supposed to get soldered to. Oh. Pin 5 to ground. Oh, pin 5 and a ground. I think it was this. I think it was this wire here, so let me just see. Okay, got that wire out. I need a wire strippers. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, I think we're there, right? So, what we have to do still is get it connected to the adapter. So, oops. Let me clean up this my area a little bit. We're in the Mister. Okay, so our controller adapter is looking for a controller. Just for ha-has, let's use this rubber membrane to turn on the controller, right? Oh, there we go. Okay, so now it's on. It's blinking. How do we get pairing to work? Do I have to hold this down? Hold the start button down? Okay, this doesn't seem to be doing what I want it. So it needs to, how do we pair it? It just turn it on, right? There's no like pair button? Or is this not in pair mode? Oh, green now? Oh, maybe I last used it in the wrong mode. Damn it. Start plus Y. Okay, so I think it might be because I was in the wrong mode. It needs to be in switch mode to have the best compatibility with this thing. Shit, so I need this, huh? Start and Y. I need this little guy. Oh no, okay. So which of these buttons is Y? Oh, I guess it's the same as if the top is on it, right? So let's turn this off. Let's hold the start button down. until this stops blinking. Okay, that stopped blinking. Okay. I think I want it in switch mode, which is what? A and start? Or let's see, where's the manual? The box, I mean. I think I put it away here. Okay, let's see. Switch mode is... Oh yeah, you're right. Y and start. Good call. All right, so Y. Let's hold down Y. Y and start. Okay. I think that's it, right? For how long does it say? For 3 seconds? Okay, well. Stupid thing is not pairing now. Oh, I think I didn't hold it down for long enough. Okay. All right, so hold down Y and hold down start for 3 seconds. It should blink fast. Okay, I think it turned itself off. Is this not working? I wonder if our wires are messing it up here, the pad. All right, hold down Y. Hold down start for 3 seconds. Huh. Should we try Android mode just to see what happens? All right, so we need to hold B. So let's hold start to turn it off. I just want to see if it's doing anything besides what it's doing. Okay, now B and start for 3 seconds. If the color doesn't change or nothing. Oh, turn back off again. I wonder if the contacts are goopy. Okay, well, what else could we do? We've got this little Game Gear contact. Maybe that will work. It's just not doing anything. This sucks. Well, what else could work? Maybe tweezers or something? Can I just bridge those with tweezers? Hold it for long. Well, it just turns off if I do that. So the start button obviously works, but I don't know if the other buttons are working. You know what? Is it possible that the Arduino is just spamming Z? I didn't even think about that. This Arduino is probably spamming the shit out of Z. All right, let's try that again. Let's turn this off. All right, let's try Y now. Hold down Y. Hold down start. God, this is infuriating. Let's get the real pad in here. Which they're pretty nasty. I hope that doesn't prevent it from working. Huh. Well, it's so weird. It starts working, but it doesn't look like the other buttons are working because it doesn't... doesn't ever seem to get into pair mode. Well, if I turn it into Android mode... Well, my iPhone? Well, my iPhone's the camera. Shit. Okay. Like, what could possibly be busted on this thing? Should I try to put it back into the shell, maybe? Don't know how that could help. Maybe it won't hurt either. Okay, let's put the start pad in here. Let's put the buttons back. Okay. This janky thing. That can go out the Z button. Or this is probably preventing the Y button from seating right. Oh God. I should have had the wires come out the other direction. This is so sus. Okay. Fine. Now I can get the top on, the back on, I mean. Oh. Okay. Oh God, that's sus. Okay. Huh. Okay. It's enough for me to be able to press the buttons better. I just wanted to pair. That's all I wanted to do. Okay, so what I need to do, switch mode, is Y and start. Press and hold Y, start. Okay, well, that didn't work. Should I try the BlueRetro adapter? Can't hurt at this point, right? Because what the hell? Okay. Sync? I don't remember how to sync. How to pair it. Oh, this is a terrible stream. What's the other mode? B and start? Okay, let's hold down B. Press start. I can't tell. There's no difference. It still has the same light. Not a power. I don't know what the button combination is to do pairing on that thing. Let's see. Oh, you mean this? The controller, maybe? I had it charging. I guess we could do that. I guess we could plug it in. I gotta find this stupid little dongle, though. Where's my little dongle? Little dongle. Did I put the little dongle over here? Oh gosh, this sucks. I don't know where I put the... Looking around. Yeah, that's possible. All right, we can try that. Let's try to disassemble it. I don't remember what the button press is for the stupid. I guess I can go to the website. Let's see, BlueRetro. Retro Scaler, I think, is this one. Okay, I'll have to do that. I'll desolder the button. Oh, boot, holding boot. That's weird. Maybe it won't. Maybe it doesn't work with the May Flash adapter. Huh. All right, let's try to desolder it. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the single one, the single BlueRetro adapter, Tyler. No, if you have the Mr. plugin of the May Flash, probably the BlueRetro is not getting enough power to the receiver. Maybe. There are two plugs. Maybe. Okay, I could try plugging the USB into a USB power. Like maybe you're right. Maybe I can plug the USB directly into another outlet. Okay, this sync button is lit now. Nope, I don't think that's doing anything. All right, let's get our wires desoldered. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's shorting somehow, shorting that out too. Still. Or maybe I have the wires backwards. That might be a thing. All right, let's get this out of here. Let's unplug this. Right, Soul Umbreon. I have the one that so the Mister has a light on it when it knows that a USB device is plugged into it. So I have that USB from the Mayflash connected to the Mister because the light is on. But the other one, which is gray, that one didn't have the light on, so I think that was the power. And it was when I unplugged it and then I plugged it into a separate. You can't see it because it's off to the side, but I have a separate USB just wall adapter that it's plugged into. All right, let's. I guess I could test it before we disconnect it. That's a good idea, W-Tank. Just to see if it's shorting randomly. Maybe I have those wires reversed, and maybe I just got lucky with the wired controller. No, I mean, it's not beeping out. Whatever, maybe it's just weird snafu. Okay. All right. Let's try that. Let's just get the thing to freaking work. I guess I can get my GameCube out. Try to get it to pair with the GameCube again. I'm not going to screw it all together, but I'm just going to put the shell on. Oh God, the effing Z button came off. Okay. Jeez. All right, good enough. Oh no, this is not good enough. Okay, Z button. Okay. Got it. All right, it's back together. All right, let's test with this again. Is a switch on the Mayflash? It's on PC. All right, let's try this again. Oh, look, it's blue. Was it always blue? Maybe it was always blue. All right, I'm gonna have to bust out the GameCube and see if that connects again. Let's just try one more time to get into switch pairing mode. So holding down Y. If the controller works, all right, CO, I'm having a, oh, it's blinking fast. What the, what? Now it works. What the hell? Okay, it's connected now. All right. Now we're paired. So I believe if we take it back apart again and I connect those wires, we should be in business. I guess I'm gonna leave it on. So yeah, see, I guess overall, my conclusion, I don't know, the kit works well with the 8BitDo, the 8BitDo adapter that they sell. I don't know about latency. That's what we're trying to do now. I'm trying to determine now. But so far, I didn't really perceive a lot of latency, and it seems to be working fine. I'm pretty sure, well, I'm not 100% sure about the analog. Analog worked in games like Super Mario, what the hell is it? Not Odyssey. What the hell is the one for GameCube called? Anyways, it worked in the Mario game with Flood, where you have to hold it down half. But somebody was mentioning that it didn't work well. The analog trigger part didn't work in F-Zero or something. I don't know. So there may be particular game things that other people who are more used to the GameCube controller, like, they might offer that opinion better than mine. But so far it works fine, good enough, you know, for my purposes at least. But we're trying to determine the latency now. Okay, so now that we're connected, let's take the top off. Oh, fucking Z button went flying. We should be able to just take the whole board out, so it's still connected. This is kind of risky, so please don't do this at home. The most risky part now is obviously the battery. So if you don't want to short it. I mean, that would even happen if it's not connected. So now we just have to determine which one is the one we want to solder to. Let me see. One of these is the ground. So the white one is the ground. So I think the white one needs to go up here. Maybe I had them soldered backwards. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. So I'm going back in, trying to solder these wires to the Z button, because as far as I'm concerned, it's still mapped. Let's get the white up here. Okay. I think that's on there, all right. All right, so now we do the other one. I use a BlueRetro to use a Series X controller with your Saturn. Nice. Yeah, BlueRetro is sweet. It's probably one of my favorite things to happen in retro in the last couple of years. Okay, let me get some more solder on that. Okay, that's a lot of solder now. Okay, fine. Good enough. So, controller's still paired. We got our wires connected. I think we just got to let it rip with putty again. All right, so let's go to, because our mister's still running, right? So we got the gray screen. Let's go over to the window capture. Let's get a putty. Oh, let's plug in the Arduino. Plug in the Arduino. Did you want the wires on the button side? Yeah, is this not the button side? Oh, wait, what do you mean? The button side, yeah. Not the ground. I'm assuming the left and the right pins on the button are the. I guess I could have tested it, right? Are the button contacts? So that's why I wanted it to be in here. All right, now let's boot up our one with the logging. Okay, so it's yelling me to do the log. Okay, good, sweet. All right, nice. It's working. Wow, look at those numbers: 20s, 19, 11. So we're gonna have. I'm gonna predict my prediction. It might be similar to the Hunter controller, The Hunter was 20 milliseconds latency with like a standard deviation of like 3 or something. It's in my Discord. So that's like, it's like a frame plus or minus like a little bit of a frame. So like there's a potential for it to be 2 frames of latency. Sometimes it's under it, or wait, it's always 1.5 milliseconds latency, or 1.5 frames, but sometimes it's more or less than that. So that's like within a couple of frames, which is not great. Well, I don't know if it's bad per se, but it's again, it comes back to how we were talking about polling rate before. There's a chance it's a worse chance for it to like miss a frame when it should have hit a frame if it was a wire controller, I guess is how I'd explain it. All right, so we have about 2,000. Maybe I'll go to 250, 2,500 samples, because that's how we did the other one. So let's get our 2,500 samples. Sweet, I'm excited. That only took forever. I don't know what mode I'm in switch mode, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we got our samples. I'm pretty sure that I'm in switch mode. So let's see. Let me copy the log. Copy the putty log. Paste it, and we're going to call this copy. This is switch mode. I'm pretty sure we're in switch mode. Switch mode 8BitDo adapter. Because I also want to test in, and if we can, Android mode with the 8BitDo adapter, but also Android mode with the BlueRetro adapter. Oh, let me call it .csv. Okay. Now I need to copy this into my my Google Drive, and then we're gonna open that bad boy up in Google Sheets. Move that over here. We're pretty much gonna, oh yeah, that's good. We don't want, these top ones here are fine to just delete. Okay, so now we got, let's see, here's our count, equals count, counts all of our samples. So we've got 2,500 samples. Then we do average. I guess I'll put MS. Did I put MS in the other one? I don't know. MS. And then we do equals average. And then I need to copy the values from up above here. This number of these things. Hit enter. Okay, 18, average 18 milliseconds of latency. So let's make that less significant. It's always at least a frame of latency, right? So one frame is 16 milliseconds, right? So 16.66 or something. So it's on average, it's more than a frame of latency. So then the last thing we want to do is stdev, so standard deviation. So equals stdev, and then our number of things. So this is 5. This actually might be a little bit worse. So that means within, so let's see. Let's get rid of the decimals. So 5.2 times 3. Okay, so plus or minus a frame, basically. Plus or minus a frame of latency. I guess. So that's a pretty big standard deviation. It's not like it's, so before it was plus or minus like, what did I say? 1.5 milliseconds. This is almost 1 frame, plus or minus. So it's, I don't know, granted, in order to make a complete comparison, we should do the BlueRetro too. Maybe BlueRetro is better. But what I can do is I can show you what the numbers were for, I made a channel in my Discord. I made, what is it called? Controller latency testing. So I made this thing. So these were the numbers for the Hunter controller. So it had on average 2.2 or 22 milliseconds, so more than a frame, and more than the 8BitDo adapter. But its standard deviation was lower, 3.6 3 milliseconds standard deviation. So that was plus or minus like half a frame or so, maybe a little less than half, a little more than half a frame. I thought you were in GameCube mode. Well, yeah. So they call it Switch mode and GameCube mode are the two modes that the 8BitDo adapter or 8BitDo controller can operate in. Now it appears that the 8BitDo Bluetooth module can I think it can accept both, but we're testing in Switch mode, which is the one I think has. Well, I know for a fact it has Rumble. I'm not sure if it has Rumble in the Android mode, so I just tested it in that mode. Yeah, plus or minus 100% seems rough. Well, at least, you know, let me see. Let's put this. Let's color these up, and we can take a screenshot for the Discord. So let's see. How do we color these? Oops, I don't want to do that. Background color, blue. Background color, blue. Okay. So let's take a screenshot. Snip. Okay. Copy our picture. Go to Discord. This is the 8BitDo DIY GameCube controller PCB through 8BitDo Bluetooth dongle in Switch mode. Okay, it's a new player. Then we could do we'll do the OEM controller. Oops, where is that now? Back over here. Oh no, wait. Oh, nope, that was the wrong one. Shit. Nope, nope, nope. Oh gosh, nope. This is stock wired GameCube controller. There we go. Phew. Okay, that was almost bad. not bad, but okay. So now this is. Let's get these background colors going. Background colors. Then we got our snipping tool. Copy. Put it in Discord. So this is 8BitDo GameCube DIY controller, or DIY wireless controller through 8BitDo Bluetooth adapter in Switch mode. Okay. Oh, you posted something in the. Oh, I'll check it out. I'll check it out after Solambrion. Well, I think that you would be fine with this controller. It's so strange because it's like I couldn't perceive any latency, right? And I don't know if one frame, like I don't know what's a bad controller. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know the other controllers and how bad they are. This is just one data point, right? So I think ideally what we can spend the rest of the time on is I want to try to update the BlueRetro adapter. That's kind of where we stopped last time, but there is a new firmware that specifically supports this. So I think that if we can flash the newest firmware onto this and get it to pair, get the PCB to pair with this, then we'll be all set to. I can spend, I won't do another live stream, but I will do the latency testing through this, and I'll post the results in my Discord. So basically what you saw already was the process, the annoying process of me having to go through to get it to pair. I'll probably do the same thing to get it to pair to this. But I think for now, I'm going to take a seat And we're going to try to get the, so I'm going to turn my MISTer on. I'll leave it on just in case we get far enough. Let's get the newest firmware. We'll try to update this. So, all right, how do we do this now? I think last time we had to go to that website, right? Why's my... Okay, there we go. I hope this, how does this compare to a WaveBird? So I could also do that. I do have a WaveBird somewhere. Did I put it away? I might have put it away. I do have a WaveBird, and I can also do this on a WaveBird. I do have a prediction, though, that the WaveBird is probably going to be much worse than either of these. So if I had gotten this working earlier, we might have progressed a little more, but I don't know. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see me update the firmware on the BlueRetro adapter, or should we try to make a quick stab at the WaveBird? It's up to you guys. So WaveBird or WaveBird testing, that might be kind of quick because there's no like pairing that we have to do. Really just turn it on and it works. Or I can update. We'll try to get this working. I'm going to turn off the controller because I think we're done with the 8BitDo controller, or the 8BitDo adapter at least. Update. You would say that, Obi-Wan. You would say that. Oh, that's funny. Where even is my WaveBird? I was playing with it this afternoon because that new, here's the receiver. Oh, here it is. It's literally right in front of me. Okay, so I have the WaveBird. Press and hold star plus B for 5 seconds. You vote WaveBird. Do both. Update. You want to know what happens if I press start and B for 5 seconds? Well, all right, let me just do that quick. I don't know if it's going to work because we've got the wires attached to it still. All right, let's press B. Oh, I don't know if these little Game Gear pads are working, or turning it on. Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Maybe it was just the wires were reversed and that's why it didn't work. That's Android mode, right? I want to see, should we see if it pairs? Hey, it worked. That was Android mode, right? B? Huh. That's interesting, huh? That it works. Should we try to do it? Should we do Android mode while we're here? Shit. Well, at least I'll capture it. Why don't we just capture it? Putty. Okay, so it paired. Let's do. Let's just run the. Okay, so we're starting at 3,000, so let's go to like 5,000. Actually, you know what? Dang. Did I want to restart it? Oh, I guess that I would have had to unplug and plug the Android. So I have to go like what, 5,000 or so to have our 2,500 samples. All right, so I'll just capture it and I'll do it off update while. All right, this is going. So we'll go to like 5,500 or so. So I need a USB cable. I've got one here. I think I can just plug this in, and we need to find that website. Yeah, I'm assuming that the WaveBird is going to be worse than this. And if the WaveBird is worse than this, then I guess nobody has anything to worry about, because I'm sure people have been using WaveBirds, maybe not in competitive Smash, but have been using WaveBirds comfortably playing games for a long time. So if you're comfortable with the WaveBird, you know, you're probably going to be comfortable with this. And I'll make sure, you know, I'll send a tweet out. I'll do the calculation. I just want to make sure that this worked right. Where do we start? Okay, so it started about 3,000, and we ended about 5,500. Okay, so that's enough. Okay, all right. So I will make a copy of that because I don't want to lose it if I ever get anything else. Let's say paste, and this is called Android mode 8BitDo adapter.csv. Okay, so I'll do that later. I'll calculate that later. All right. Now we've got to find, what is it, BlueRetro.io? Is that what it's called? BlueRetro.io. OTA firmware update. Connect BlueRetro. BlueRetro pair. Connecting to GAT service. Just kidding. Okay, it's going to fail the first time. It always fails the first time. I don't know why. Let's let it fail. Oh. I have 2 of these GameCube kits. One of them is pretty bad joystick calibration. Ooh, interesting. Just a problem with the stick itself, huh? I bet if you reached out to, you probably could reach out to 8BitDo and they'd send you a new one. All right, I don't know what's happening with this. Let's just restart. No compatible devices. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna restart it. I guess. Let's turn the GameCube controller off. So don't lose battery. Okay. All right. I wonder how the sticks hold up, the rubber peeling on the... Oh, yeah, I know. I pretty much most of the controllers you have will probably be... even my WaveBird ones. My WaveBird stick is yellow, falling apart, beginning to fall apart. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to make some good. What the heck is happening? Okay, here we go. Pair. Hello. Fly. It says paired already, okay. Oh gosh, why? What the fuck? Okay, let me try a different port on my computer here. Let's see. Let's try this port over here. You know that for Melee players, some of them use good sticks. I know, they use those like spiky sticks. I've seen those before. They look like they're brutal. Paired. Okay, doesn't it say it's already paired? Maybe I just gotta be patient and wait. Maybe I didn't wait long enough before. Should I just do the freaking BlueRetro or the WaveBird? All right, let's see if we can power through the WaveBird. Oh, actually, you know what? How am I going to power the WaveBird and turn it on? Bluetooth device connected. Yes, I see that. This thing's such a piece of garbage. They're creators that make high quality rubber sticks. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just looking at the WaveBird. I don't know. I don't exactly know how we're going to be able to test this without partially reassembling it. All right, let's just give it a whirl, because I don't know why this BlueRetro thing is just having a fit right now. Maybe it's this cable. It's possible it's this cable's a piece of garbage. All right, let me try one more thing before we do the not BlueRetro. You know what I'm trying to say. Gotta get a cable, USB cable. Hello, USB cable, where are you? Okay, got one. Oh, I got bamboozled. I got a lightning cable. Okay, this is a, no, that's not one. This is awful. Is this USB cable? Okay, it is. Okay, got bamboozled by a lightning cable. All right, let's try this. BlueRetros also don't pair well. Using another Windows device to pair. You updated with Bluetooth. Well, we could try that. Although I'm connected to my Bluetooth headphones, I wonder if that's causing a problem right now. How do I unpair this? Okay, let's try turning this. Try turning my headphones off. I don't know what's gonna happen. Music's just gonna play out of everywhere. Okay, it's taking forever. That's fine. Ugh, whatever. All right. I don't 100% know how we're gonna be able to power this because I don't have a, that's one thing that I need to get is a bench power supply. If I had a bench power supply, then I could just power the battery leads. Open a separated window. New Chrome. All right. BlueRetro.io. No, not working. That's annoying. All right. I don't have a ton of time left, but I guess let's see how far we can get with mutilating this WaveBird. I mean, taking this WaveBird apart. Looks like I'm missing some screws. I don't know why this is not working. Let's get that over there. Oh gosh, and my cam link's not working right now? I feel like this happens every stream. This cam link is such a piece of garbage. Not even joking. Like, how? How are you so incompetent that it just, anytime you do one little thing, it just doesn't work? Stupid. This is the rage stream. What cable you used last time? I don't know. I have a piece of garbage. Just random no-name brand USB-C cable. Hello? We're working now? Okay, I think we are. I don't know how far we're gonna get, but at least I'll take the cover off and see what there is to see in here. I'll need to acquire a bench power supply, because if I had one, then I'd be able to do this no problem. I think that one of the vias is oh my gosh. Didn't expect that. Okay. Yeah, normally this is supposed to come off, but it didn't. Okay. Wait a minute. Are all the... Oh, so this is what I'm talking about. See, this is the battery contacts. It's going to be hard to power. I guess I could just do this. Yeah, we might be able to make it work. Okay, so let's plug in the WaveBird. Oops, plug in the WaveBird receiver, right? It's on channel 1. That's why I switched the controller to channel 1. So now, if we solder the white and the red wire to this, all right, so I need to just guess which one goes where. Actually, I don't. I think the red one goes where I see a trace. There's a trace for this button that kind of goes off into La La Land. Okay, do that. And the white one is the ground, so that's the one that doesn't have a trace coming out of it. All right. Well, that was pretty quick. Maybe it's the firmware on the cam. Like, it could be, yep. Let's get rid of our Z button here for a minute. And then I should be able to just put the whole shell back on. And the wire can just zip out the Z button hole. There we go. Hey, there we go. All right, so now I can put some batteries in this thing. Batteries. Okay. All right, now let's turn it on. Oh, we've got a connection on the receiver. Okay, right? We've got signal here. All right, let's run it, right? So we're still in the mister. I'm glad I didn't turn it off. So let's go to the window capture. Let's go to putty. You know what? I'm gonna plug and unplug the Arduino, because I think that resets the number of samples. Okay. So go back to putty. And we need to do our Mr. lag tester. Okay, it's asking to reset the log file. Hey, sick. I did not expect that. Wow. Latency in like the 7s, 8s, 9. I did not expect that. I thought it was gonna be way worse. Dang. Huh. So I guess the WaveBird kind of kicks. It kind of kicks the BlueRetro or the 8BitDo adapters, or 8BitDo. Well, that's just the 8BitDo dongle. This thing kind of kicks its butt. Dang. All right, so we'll wait for about 2,500 samples. Then we can calculate it. I mean, I still, like I said, when I initially tried the controller, the BlueRetro, or the 8BitDo controller, I didn't notice anything was bad. So it's still probably fine, but yeah, I did not think that the WaveBird was going to be so much better. You know, so much better in air quotes, when it's really, you know, it's sort of marginal, but we'll see. Actually, we'll put it in the spreadsheet. All right, we got our 2,500 samples. Let's copy the log. So putty.log, copy that, paste it, and then we'll call it WaveBird.csv. All right, let's see. Now let's go to my Google Docs, put the WaveBird, open it with Google Sheets, move it over here, get rid of these two lines. Smash players would. They are built different. Yeah, right. They probably would. I'm sure there's people that are more sensitive to it than others, for sure. I've heard that before. I've heard that some people can definitely are more sensitive, even to, you know, like modern. Like I think one of the best wireless controllers is supposed to be the PS5, the DualSense. All right, so let's see. What's our count? So let's see. Equals count all of our B rows. Then average equals average all of our B1 to, let's get our number here. Average is almost 9 milliseconds. Dang, did not expect that, honestly. Let's see a standard deviation. Standard deviation is going to kick the shit out of the other ones. Well, not the wire controller, but let's see. STDev 1.47 milliseconds. So what? That's like, I did not. Well, so maybe this was. Oh, so it's possible that. Not sure if I have the latest. Although, how do you update the? Oh, you have to actually update the dongle. Well, okay, I'll apparently Rain in my Discord is saying that there was a firmware update to the 8BitDo dongle. So I'll do some retesting. But the standard deviation means that what, like 1.47 times 3, so plus or minus 5 milliseconds. So not even worst case scenario, plus 5 seconds to the average, is still less than a frame. So the WaveBird, I did not expect the WaveBird to solidly be under a frame every button press. So dang, that's pretty good. Honestly, someone needs to reverse engineer the WaveBird board. I don't know if that's possible, but not just the receiver, but also the board. And that's the technology we need to use in the wireless GameCube controller. You should judge how long it takes to get 10,000 samples. Yeah, that would tell you the sample rate of the mister. I think that fast polling sets it. That fast polling script sets it to 1,000 hertz. Whatever, is that what it is? 1,000 hertz. Is that the polling rate? Man, I don't know what to think about this now. Huh. I will do the update. Maybe it's possible that there's some big. Plus, I want to do if I can ever get this BlueRetro thing, I'll have to reach out to Retro Time to send me the GameCube one. Those are out of stock everywhere. But I will update everything. I want to see what the BlueRetro adapter, how that compares to this, because maybe the BlueRetro might be lower latency than the 8BitDo adapter. It's RF. Oh. So is there there's no way to replicate that nowadays? Is that like you'd have to go through some federal testing or something to do RF? I guess it depends on the band, right? Because it's still the same. Bluetooth is RF, right? Is it just infrared? Nope, it's not. It's not infrared because you could be anywhere you want. That was the I think at the time that was the big thing about that was the big deal about the WaveBird, because it was like a wireless controller that didn't use infrared. Oh, I see. Analog Byte was responding to what Nick said. I got it. Yep. Yeah, so man, I don't know what to think now. Not like the 8BitDo thing is a piece of garbage, because I mean, obviously it's not. I mean, maybe if you're more sensitive, you might not like it, but it's on par with, you know, we're talking about on par with other modern retro wireless controllers, like the Retro Fighters Hunter, right? So the Hunter's up here. Retro Fighters Hunter through the its included dongle. Oops, you guys aren't looking at the same thing. The Retro Fighters controller with the included dongle is 22 milliseconds average with a lower standard deviation than the 8BitDo. So maybe the numbers might come down if I update it. Oh, I didn't do the Android one. Should we, while we're here, should we just do the Android one for ha-has? Just to see. I'm not confident that it's any different. So let's do the Android mode, because it takes like 30 seconds to just calculate this. Android mode. Okay, delete. Actually, let's delete these top. Delete those top rows. Okay, so let's see. Count equals count. All our rows, so 2,000, over 2,000 samples. Average. This looks more variable, but we'll see. Average. I should have grabbed the values up here. No, get the hell out of here. These values. Okay, equals average. Okay, all right. Android mode is a little bit better, right? So we're less than a frame of latency on average, but let's check the standard deviation, because that, you know, this is better. But that doesn't necessarily mean that all the features are there too. I didn't do any of the testing, right? Like I only tested I only tested with the BlueRetro or the 8BitDo dongle in the switch mode. So let's see, then we do equals stdev paste 4. So let's see, plus or minus a frame. 4 times 3, oh, a little less than a frame. So plus or minus 12 milliseconds. So it's better in Android mode on average latency. But I mean that, you know, the variance of the latency is what is the killer, not necessarily the average latency. Because if it was consistent latency, you're better off that way, because then you could you're more accurately be in those polling rates every single time. But if you're variable and by a big swing, meaning a frame, you know, a big chunk of a frame, at least 12 milliseconds, then you could, like one frame you could be good, the next frame you could be not, you know. So let's put this into Discord too. But I'll do the firmware update, because I think that might change it. Copy. Okay, so this is 8BitDo GameCube DIY wireless controller through 8BitDo Bluetooth adapter in Android mode. Boom. The problem is the technology. Oh, maybe I should just, yeah, I could try. I'll try one more time to get BlueRetro to work, but I'm over my time tonight, unfortunately. I'm going to turn the mister off, because I'm done with that for tonight. It looks like there's only a 1.0 firmware for the dongle unless they shipped the pre-1.0 version, but maybe a factory image. Or maybe Rain was talking about there's a future. A future update. find info about that. The problem is not the technology, it's the sample rate and how often the controller data is transmitted. You can make Bluetooth update often and just as fast as wired, but plummets the battery life. Yeah, it's definitely a trade-off in that respect. Looks like there's only 1.0 firmware. Oh, we already read that. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to think now. I'll have to. Maybe we can wait and see. I don't. You know, I have other controllers to test, right? I guess I would like to see my like my PS5 controller, and I have my Xbox Series controller, because I meant to do the Xbox Series controller. I'm still planning eventually to do this breakdown of different wireless controllers for the original Xbox, so like different solutions for that. And there's a couple of different wired or wireless options. Let's try connecting to BlueRetro again. It probably would work if I restarted my computer. I have it on my laptop. Oh, hey, it freaking worked. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay. It worked. Might be in the Ultimate software. Okay, so it sounds like it might be directly in the Ultimate software. Although that's talking about the dongle. It sounds like there's a software for the... How do you update the software for the controller? Oh, with the included thingy. Which I don't know where mine went. My dongle went bye-bye. I gotta find it. All right. The BlueRetro thing finally connected. That's really annoying. But I gotta go. I'm already over time. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope this was not super boring. It was kind of super boring, and I couldn't for a while. I couldn't get the controller to pair, but it finally did. So that kind of saved us. Some interesting takes or interesting information from the different controllers. Just from this, without any other kind of an update, you know, it seems like Android mode is faster, more, you know, better, but it still has a pretty wide standard deviation. Stock WaveBird is has half as much latency as any of the options so far that we've looked at, and it's very close to a stock wired controller. I mean, we're talking about 4 milliseconds off of, you know, average latency off of a wired controller, and the standard deviation is 1.5 milliseconds, which is crazy. So definitely less than one frame all the time with the stock WaveBird, which is really cool. You know, not for Smash people, but yeah. So the switch mode seems like it has more latency, but again, I'll have to figure out if there's any firmware updates. So yeah, very interesting. Got the belief per app of the rapid voice. All right, next stream, we're gonna finally get back into the SYF replacement board. Man, it's been so long. I need to finish that stupid PCB that wrecked me last time. I need to have my revenge. So you can update with the Ultimate software from 8BitDo. Holding Z or start, plugging in the USB-C was the only way to get it to recognize the board. Plugging in the USB-C. Is there USB-C on the PCB? Oh, there is. Why did I not even realize that there was a USB-C? I'm such an idiot. Okay, there's a USB-C here. So sure, there's probably a firmware for the actual physical DIY PCB. I did not think about that. But there might also be one for this. Or we might be confusing the firmwares right between them. So there's still hope. And so I'm gonna search for some new firmwares, and if I do find anything, you'll hear about it on Twitter about if it's better performance. So, but next week or Sunday, we're doing this SYF board, getting her done, because I really want to test that the HDMI output on that. So, all right, thanks everybody. I know this wasn't like there's no like pleasant tie this up in a bow and like give you my great opinion, but it does seem like there's an update. I should have looked for that, I suppose, before I did any of this, but I guess it's cool to have a baseline and like before and after of the firmwares too. So I'll make a note that this is from the original, whatever the stock shipping firmware was. So, all right, thanks everybody. We'll see you on Sunday for